and today we're taking a look at Valheim for the second time. I've been playing the game a little bit lately. Let's just jump right in there. Game itself. Now, as you can see, I've built a little bit of a shelter here of sorts. Not a very elaborate one. It's temporary, so I haven't put a lot of work into it. My goal here is to build a bit of a shipyard, functional town based off of the rolling ocean, which is right out here, as you can see. So a lot of videos out there that I've been looking at, people are building some really beautiful, elaborate things. They have put a ton of time into this game. I have not as of yet. I've probably put about 20 hours in just trying to figure out things. One of the more significant things that I just didn't catch in the beginning is 5 is the tool for building. But if you right click, it gives you the options. And I was like, how do I build stuff? I mean, it tells me how to repair. I just didn't read. So I highly recommend, go ahead, read what's going on your screen. Don't be in such a rush, because this game is kind of straightforward, fairly simple. But you do need to obviously know the nuances. Ooh, I actually hit the deer. I don't have a very good track record of hunting deer unless I sneak up to them. I've successfully, I think, hunted one. And I have no idea which weapon is the best weapon. But if you strike a creature, you can find out by the color of your damage whether or not that creature has resistance to your damage type or not. Also, I just thought of this. I was playing with a friend. Valheim allows you to have 10 people on a server, which is using the older style of multiplayer games, where you would have a LAN. I was trying to think of the words. But where you would have a LAN where you and your friends could play, and it would just be you guys talking over the internet, however it is that communication happens. I'm not really sure on the technical part of it, but you don't need to be. You just need to say, hey, here's my server, and if you have added somebody as a friend, then I think through Steam is how it tells, then you can detect their servers if they want you to, if they put it up as a server for friends. Anyway, so we jumped on there, and definitely a whole lot of fun. By the way, adding wood to your fire will build up your fire, but not when it's raining. Rain definitely does a number on your fire, but if you whip out your handy dandy tool here, and let's give it some form of a roof. I'm trying to decide the best way that I want to do this. I'm going to go with just a standard wall. And again, I'm not looking for something to look pretty here. I'm looking for it to just function. Because when you're cold, you don't regenerate your stamina very fast. Now here's a problem. The heat from the fire will damage the roof that I'm building for it. Oh yeah, this is beautiful looking. And all of this weight on the one wall there. I don't think it's very sound. Alright, so let's go back to... You can't do much of interacting except building when you have the hammer up. So let's see what I can do here. That should no longer be in the rain. You can kind of tell. See that the ground's wet over here, but it wasn't wet over here. You can kind of tell based on that. Yeah, I feel cold because my fire is not lit. Alright, well, let's go this way and build a little bit more on the wall front. Yeah, and anything too close to a fire will actually take damage, whether it's due to heat damage or smoke damage. I'm not 100% sure, but you will take smoke damage, and your items will take damage from being too close to a fire, which makes it very interesting when trying to have a fire indoors on any level whatsoever. I really don't want one there. A wall, I mean. Come now. This should be working. And I have not done whatever it is it thinks I should do. Now, what I was trying to say before, or was going to mention before, was the denizens of the woods, or wherever you are, will come and attack your place eventually. And, you know, if it's a couple of those gremlings, you're probably going to do okay if you just beat them off. But you can save yourself a lot of hassle by just building palisades and essentially, you know, fencing. Don't know why I'm not thinking of the words, but fencing to help keep them out. Now, cold and wet are what I'm suffering right now, and they will reduce my stamina quite a bit. My aim here is to be a little bit kind of pretty. Ooh, I like how the wave came up all that way. I don't know if that's just because it's raining out or what, like some sort of storm. But up there where you can see my reticle pointing, that just over that little hill is a bit of a swamp. I want to build it all the way over here, fairly large, so I have space to grow and throw up those palisades that I'm talking about. But in the meantime, I'd put up these fences, which I tore down because they were getting in my way. So, and you have to build kind of close. See it? That line? That's your workbench. That's as far out as it has influence. So you definitely want to build within that, because you can't. You don't have a choice. You cannot build outside of that area. So I'm gonna have to build another workbench over there, and probably one over there, and probably one over there to finish my plans. I don't know what this thing does. I don't want to beat on it. I want to know what it does. It somehow makes... Oh, there we go. Workbench Level 2. I was going to say, a tutorial or something I was reading, they're like, hey, this is... your workbench will get better by the items that are starred. And I'm like, great. Okay. What does that actually mean? And now we just know we can upgrade the bench itself. I don't see it on the list here, but I'd like to upgrade my spear. I need 5 more flint for that. And I'd like to upgrade the table itself, but I don't see that. Oh, maybe it's 2. It just is once you do it. There are no explanations in this game except for the bird that comes by. So, still very perplexed as to why rain seems to be getting in here. Alright. Oh, maybe that's why. Because the ocean just comes out and says, no. Okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. You can be warm from your fire even when there's a wall between you, which makes very little sense to me. But them's the rules. And see that? It was up for a minute and then not so much. We're going to do this. Because I have the wrong one, I think. I need wood. Why does that need repairing? I probably am, by the way, making this worse on me, because the next thing I'm going to do is break it down. And I want the 50 wood that's in here. I don't know if that's how many I'm going to get. Looks like. So all I'm trying to do, oh, the storm has stopped, so the fire gets to do fiery things again. I should probably make this more beautiful. But onwards with the plan. The small bushes, I think they go away when you use the hoe. Slightly larger bushes, they don't give you a prompt like this does, like versus beech, but you can take an axe to them and then clear them out of your area and get a wood or two from them, which is nice. Doesn't take a lot. It's also a good start if you have no axe. You can still push over the the smaller trees and then work up to build an axe so you can take on these larger beech trees. Now this is going to fall and it's going to possibly do damage to my, nope, didn't go that far, to our house. When I was playing with my friend on a shared server, his world, I would fell a tree and it would fall straight onto the building that I had built, and I'm like, oh. It doesn't take anything to repair, it doesn't take any resources, just, you have to go back and click the button and just remember to do it, really. Wood. Oh, you sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. I wouldn't have seen him except for his eyes. I think these guys come sort of as a revenge for killing the trees or chopping down trees. There's a stone somewhere that says, beware the horned one, and basically don't kill his family, children, something. And I think they're talking about deer, but I could be wrong. So it's possible, like, the more deer you kill, the more annoyed he's gonna be, or she, or it. It's a god essentially, so or a godlike creature. I don't know. Titans. Odin smote all the bad guys except a deer and a few other things. Now, I have a ton of wood on me. That's why I can't pick up more. If I pick up one more, I'll become encumbered. So the question becomes, what do I do with it? Well, next time it rains, I'm going to have the same problem as I do now, but that's for another day. Miscellaneous wood pile. Wood pile? Wood pile. There we go. There we go. I don't have enough for 3, I bet. Nope. Okay. Lose 7. Beech seeds. So you can plant your own trees, which is nice because I'm kind of destroying all this greenery. I like greenery. I would like to have it as part of the aesthetic. But not on their terms, on mine. like most people, I want it my way. Now look at this. I might be able to hit 3 logs at once here. Let's get, if I can get in the right position. At least 2 anyway. And that's a little wacky, but fun. Every time you fell a tree, run. Run. These things, if you haven't caught the videos of it, they will hurt you, kill you. Definitely bring some respect. Woo! Snuck up on me again. Little jump scare there. Yes, I know I'm smacking trees. It makes me a bad guy. Yeah, so there was one article somebody was writing. It's like, Valheim, the game where the trees hit back. It's like, yeah, they do. And again, much respect for all of the lumberjacks in days of old, or even in today's day and age, where they bring down these trees. And I don't think definitely not something I'm educated in, but it seems to me that they wouldn't ever truly fully have control unless, I don't know, they strap it down 7 ways from Sunday, because it's just a lot of mass, right? It's just a lot of mass. But yeah, hilarious. And you do suffer when you die in the game. The suffering is you lose skills. So you're building up skill points. I have 20 some odd skills in swinging an axe apparently right now. And I don't know how much you lose. 1, 10, 100. But you do eventually. Not eventually. When you die, you will lose skill points. Run away! And one tree, I don't know if you saw it from previous, like earlier when I was playing, one tree can bring down another tree, or 2, or 3, or a chain reaction, which is hilarious and awesome. And I totally wish that happens every time I bring down a tree. Just chain reaction of destruction. Now I'm wielding a regular stone axe. I'm going to have to get a flint axe at some point, because birch trees are too hard to be taken down by a stone axe. And that makes flint very valuable. You can find flint by the water, in the water, by the water. I'm not really sure. See we do too hard. Too hard to punch. That floaty thing freaked me out. Too hard to hit with that particular axe. I'm going to see if I can build a flint axe. I've not done that before. Let's get rid of the stump first, since I'm right here already. This is like the pioneers. They'd chop down a tree and there'd be a stump, and they'd have to figure out how to rip it out. Taking an axe to it was not a great solution. If you've ever played the... I forget what it's called. The Pioneer game, where it's like text-based and everybody dies of scurvy and the plague or something. Like, there's a pretty good chance that that's what was going to happen. But I forget what that game is called. Fantastic game in concept. Just because of that, like, you play this and it's always a negative end. Always. Which I find hilarious. What am I looking at here? I need a hammer. Hammer. Craft. I don't even see hammer on... not a hammer. I need an axe. It'd be good if I was thinking of the right words. Flint axe. I need 6 flint and 4 wood. Well, I've got the wood. I don't know how much flint I have. 5. We need 1 more flint. Now that could be like literally right out here. Like just boom. But probably not. I don't know if any resources respawn. From what I've seen, animals maybe, but not things. Like this flint I must have missed, or likely have missed. I'm carrying too much. Okay, well, let's do this. That's exactly what I wanted. Now I'm not carrying too much. I moved the fire, so all of that is useless. Now what's the flint axe? I don't know if flint was actually good. Back, like, flint and steel, right? Like, you would smack off it to create sparks, but is it actually a thing that it was good for chopping down trees? Good question. Oh, just smote that. Still too hard for birch. This is my new and improved axe. You are... That's some smiting right there. The damage has gone up because of the flint. And of course, it's going to be better on some level. That's an improvement, but I am a little shocked, a little surprised that the birch still stands. I like maples and birch trees. If I had to have a favorite tree, it would be them. I don't know why it's relevant. I just thought I'd share, but they're definitely like part of the experience in my part of the world. And now that I have that axe, here's the beautiful thing. It's not going to go away as far as I know. Now, it could maybe just base level things never go away. It can be repaired. So if it gets knocked down to like, hey, you have no axe left, you know, the white bar underneath is red, you can simply go repair it. So I'm going to have amazing... I have a feeling I'm going to die. Oh, look at that. See, one tree too many. I think some stones. Stone. Stone. I wonder if you lose endurance much faster once you get into the deep water. That just looks freaky to me. See how like the whole ocean is rolling, and often it's not even this calm. It's much, much more heavy waves looking, you know, and no. I can honestly say I never want to be on the open water to that degree, where there's like 15-meter waves kind of deal. Nope. Went on a cruise, talked to some of the folks there. They were telling us as they crossed the Atlantic, 15-meter waves. Now, that's 45 feet. And unfathomable to me. For those of you who are, you know, if you watch this, you've been on boats who do that, you're probably like, yeah, you know, there's ways, we can handle it. Yep. But I've never been there, and that seems a little freaky to me. But I think drowning is one of the worst ways to die. Having never died in any way, I think drowning is one of the worst. That log may be lost. Maybe I'll turn it into a little floating bridge. If I can get a paddle at some point, turn it into a raft. Mushrooms! I think it's hilarious that they chose red to be a mushroom. Now, lots of games choose red to be a mushroom, but if you've done your research, the one color that you look at mushrooms, you're like, maybe I shouldn't eat that, is red. There are some mushrooms that have red in them that are edible. There are far, far more of them that will poison you in some manner. I'm not an expert in mushrooms, but I've done some research because, well, that was part and parcel to living on some acreage and seeing what's out there, and, you know, just trying to become a bit more educated in that way. Absolutely not something that I'm greatly knowledgeable in, but enough to know you don't eat red mushrooms. You just don't. It's just a bad idea. Do I have the deer cornered? Enough to murder it. I don't know what this... Deer hide. Oh my lord. How is this even possible? I've never had deer hide before, and you know, so new to me. Deer trophy. Ooh. That might be how I summon the guy. So when you kill boars, you can get boar trophies, and I tried to put one on an altar when I was playing with my friend in his game, and didn't do anything. But that might be because that creature that we're looking to thwart at some point is the deer person animal thing. So, you know, it just makes sense. You need a deer trophy. Alright, back to smiting the trees. I'm going to try to carve out a ring so I know whether I've gone too far or not. Like, I have a plan. I need to be able to stick to the plan, which means I need to be able to measure whether or not I'm wasting my time or not. Alright, so this is the thing, the bay, the area. I don't need the river part of the little stream here. And I think that just makes it a little iffy on defending. Because again, we're going to have things attack us, right? So, but I want this alcove here. So I am going to take, the water's going to be a bit of a problem, but I can put a door up. I am going to take basically from here out. Yes. A lot of fallen trees here. I don't remember putting. Could have been one of those chain reactions that I was talking about. Now what's hilarious is that white dot on my mini map. If you're looking, I'm kind of pointing towards it with the little yellow pointer. Is a location where it was a former resident built a hut, and that hut's partially destroyed. With a bit about building and have some other work done for me, but I recently destroyed it. Ooh, okay, landmark. Why do I need to bring my wood back to the... I don't. Just do that. I'm not looking to chop up all the logs, because again, they're a landmark of their own right now. It was right there? Huh. Maybe not. The weight of these two might cause some of the other ones to fall. So it's just a little more economic for me too. Attempt. No, this just seems like a bad idea. Is that a boar heading my way? Woo! Very rarely does that backhand stroke. I'm going to take right to this rock. This is one of those rocks where that tell you something. Long ages past, when the All-Father Odin united the worlds, he threw down the Vanir, the giants and those creatures older than any others. The greatest of them could not be killed, but were instead forsaken, exiled here to Valheim for eternity. When they tread the earth, the lesser creatures jump like crumbs on a drum skin. You will know them when you see them. Well, I look forward to being a crumb of bread. One of those dudes that freaked me out a couple moments ago should be coming any second now. Any second. All right. Well, it's 6 o'clock. It's Valentine's Day, and my wife will be home shortly, so I'm going to sign off here, knowing that I have made some progress. And hope you guys have enjoyed this talk through of Valheim. I'm exploring, and there are many people doing the same out there, so check out some streams, check out the game. I highly recommend it. It's a ton of fun if you like sort of building against the game and against the system. You can turn PvP on if you want to, I guess, murder your friends. But ultimately, there's a lot of space that I've seen from other people what they've built. Swords and true materials and things definitely more advanced than what you're seeing on my screen here. So that's all out there. So it makes more sense to me to play cooperatively, but you have the option. And again, you can create your own private servers, invite a couple of friends, and go play. Even as a solo game, though, I'm finding it a ton of fun. So I do highly recommend it. And if you guys have any comments or questions, by all means leave it below, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Thanks. Have yourself a great day.